She was making fun of me, insulting my physical appearance. She was making ugly comments about my the ones that you send and she look at, and you are really asking me if I provoke her.
You're way out of control.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I don't know. I'd feel better if I just see once a week a cookie, you know, something American. Where's the cheeseburgers at?
He sent me a video of a nice car and said this could be ours.
Wait a minute!
Nigga, you broke!
Do you remember why I came here to Moldova? Because it wasn't to fight with you.
12 seconds later.
You wanna changing something? Start
So it's all
focusing
me,
here.
right? I have
On
to
me.
change. I have to
On
change
us.
everything. Me alone. I have to change everything.
Yes, I did morning. I do a lot of stuffs after you.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man.
It's the water. We got a rainbow. There was a double rainbow. There's a rainbow following us. So the water in the face, we're Cancer rising. So we're just thriving in this energy. And literally, I was like, it. This is how I'm feeling. Are you down or not?
Hey everybody, welcome back to 90 Fiance. So we're on season 10, episode 14, and we're gonna start off with Jasmine. Okay, so they head back from the trip, and Gino is not in a good mood since he found out that Jasmine borrowed money from Dan to get that butt surgery. So now Gino's worried that he's gonna ask something from her because he gave her all that money, and he doesn't think that he gave her all that money for nothing.
I'm leaving here with something.
So Jasmine's like, no, this is like charity for him, LOL. But Gino wants her to stop talking to him altogether, and Jasmine says no because they're like still friends. I think exes still being friends just don't mix. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the fact that she said last time like, oh, I still want to F Dan.
I'm gonna go and my ex
Right
that
there, bitch.
knows how to me.
I want to let my girlfriend still be friends with that guy. Just saying. So in all honesty, I just feel like she should just let that friendship go. But Jasmine says that she only contacts Dan for favors. But when Gino contacted his ex, it was to send Jasmine's nudes to her. And because of that, Jasmine lost her job as a teacher, and it also ruined her career. And to be honest, getting reminded of that makes me like so mad for Jasmine. Like so mad for Jasmine. And then, you guys, Gino asked her if Jasmine provoked the ex. Oh my god, like are you dead ass right now? And I genuinely feel like she has better restraint than me because that knife would have been flying. So Jasmine then goes off, and I mean off on Gino, saying that she sent it to blogs and that she was also making fun of her appearance.
All the emotional humiliation that I went through. She sent my naked pictures to every blogger she knew.
Right.
And all these people were looking at myself naked, and you are asking if I provoke her.
And then Gino really had the audacity to tell her to calm down. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's what I'm saying. This episode pissed me off. Oh my gosh, it pissed me off so bad. But then it doesn't stop there, okay? So he then asked her again and basically said that in the initial conversation, if the ex started coming at Jasmine for no reason, or if Jasmine gave her a reason. And then he tells her to stop yelling. And then Jasmine says, I wish I fucked Dan that last night. And Gino's like, yeah, I wish I could F my exes too. And then Jasmine continues saying that she wish she F Dan. And then she leaves saying that she honestly doesn't even want to marry Gino anymore.
I wish I have Dan that last night. That's the only thing I regret in life, not him so good as we used to every time we.
Yeah, I wish I could my exes because they were great.
Honestly, I would have said worse, okay? I do not know how she could restrain herself that much. Even though she looks crazy, I would have been crazier, okay? She did a great job holding on to that knife, because that would have seriously pissed me off. I can't. So Jasmine's now ranting to the cameraman, and Gino still like, answer the question. Like, oh my goodness. So he then says he's going to let her cool down and talk to her later. And then 30 minutes later, he goes to talk to her, and then he apologizes for what he said. And then she apologizes for what she did with Dan. So Gino says that he wants Jasmine to end her relationship with Dan because Jasmine doesn't let him speak to his exes, so she shouldn't speak to hers. So she's upset, but she gets it, and then she agrees to do it.
Hi, Dan. I hope you're doing great. We won't be able to communicate because, as you might understand, I wanna make Gino my priority. So, bye.
So now they're good, and that actually ended very well. Honestly, I thought she would be like sent off in like the back of a police car, but I like that ending too, I guess. Okay, now for Anali and Clayton. So Clayton and his mom are driving and talking, and then his mom brings up the fact that she doesn't have a problem with Anali before she lists all her problems that she has with Anali.
I don't have a problem with Anali at all. But like when trying to go to sleep and stuff like that, all the lights were on and talking and loud and cooking and then leaving everything laying out.
And I don't know, I feel like all of this could be solved if you just moved out. I don't know, just throwing a suggestion there. His mom wants Anali to be speaking English, cooking more American food, and also cooking for Clayton. So Clayton says that she's being passive aggressive and he hates that. But then his mom says that she wants her to cook American food at least once a week.
I don't know, I'd feel better if I could just see once a week cook, you know, something American. I would teach her how to make something. She hasn't one time asked, hey, can you teach me how, or do you know how to do this, or not one time.
And I mean, why don't you just ask her if you want her to like help you cook? Like, is that a big deal? Like, just saying. I just feel like she should make the first step instead of like always waiting for her to make the first step. Like, I feel like Anali is a pretty shy girl. Actually, no, she's not. Anyways, she's not a shy girl. But I just feel like the mom should be the one making like the first step there. Like it wouldn't hurt you to make the first step. But then she says that she wants her son to be taken care of, and all Anali does is spend 2 hours constantly making chicken, and that he likes beef. Oh, he does? Then go make it for him. Like, honestly, the girl like admitted in like the first episode that she can't cook. So I don't know why you expect her to know how to make like beef and all this other food. She's trying, okay? Like, I feel like she's generally trying, so relax. So then she goes on and says how she always speaks Spanish and how her as the mom wants a family conversation. Like, woman, just as you're struggling to learn Spanish, she's struggling to learn English. Like, I feel like you would think that she would have some empathy, because they're not in the same situation, but they are in the same situation, like language wise, because she doesn't know Spanish either. You saw her in like the first episode. She was like, I only know how to say como está, or something like that. Girl, relax. But I like Clayton a lot here because he's generally defending Anali a lot. But it also seems like his mom is worried that they're going to kick her out. And I mean, if you keep acting like this, then maybe they just will.
Yeah, if I had a place to go tomorrow, I'd go. I have a feeling that's what you're trying to do.
I'm not trying to kick you out.
So as the wedding day gets closer, Anali is getting more stressed. Clayton has honestly done little to nothing. He didn't find an officiant, and he didn't even find someone to get her makeup and her hair ready, and the wedding's in 3 days. He says that he didn't think that he would have to do everything, but what? Why didn't you think that? Okay, she doesn't speak English. Why didn't you think you would have to do everything? So then him and his mom are talking, and Clayton is complaining, saying that he didn't know that he had to do everything, and it's basically because him and Brandy are playing the whole wedding since Anali doesn't speak English. And then his mom says that she doesn't think that Anali has a desire to learn English. Anali, on the other hand, can hear everything that they're saying, and she doesn't like it one bit. So she immediately calls them out, and then Clayton basically says that she isn't helping them out, and then Anali says that he doesn't even talk to her about what they need, and that she has to come to him with a list asking if they got this done and that done. And then Clayton's like, I don't know, it's not my fault. What? No, nobody said it was your fault. Honestly, it is your fault. What the fuck? And then he says that she's good at gaslighting him.
Annalie's really good at gaslighting. It's frustrating because she has like this emotional mind and I have a logical mind. And even if something makes sense, if it doesn't feel good or feel right to her, it's still my fault.
Oh, wow, oh my gosh. I'm just gonna skip that. So now they're leaving and taking the guinea pigs, and Anali generally doesn't look happy about it. Anyways, they're leaving, and Anali asks Clayton what him and his mom were talking about, and then he says that it's because she can't help because she doesn't know English well. And then Anali gets offended and says that if his mom was in her shoes, then she would also be struggling. Which, yeah, it's true. I said that, didn't I? Yes, I did.
I was trying to learn my Spanish.
So what have you learned?
Como está?
Okay, well,
I'm
you'd
working
say,
on it.
Yeah, so that's good, but in her case, it would be estás. Estás.
So then they make it to the Airbnb where they're staying at. Brittany also makes it as well. So now Brittany's going through a list of what she has done and what they have done. And they practically have nothing prepared for this wedding that's going to happen in 3 days.
The decorations, all you've told me that you have plates. That's it?
No, flowers.
Plates and flowers.
Yeah.
So did you find an officiant?
Not official.
But anybody in Indiana can be an officiant, so it really doesn't matter.
Like, have you just been complaining about not getting Kitty this whole time? But then Anali asked about her bachelorette party, like that's way more important than her wedding. But then Brittany tries to play it off and she says like it's gonna be something simple, but apparently she's inviting strippers. But she can't tell Clayton or else he'll be very upset, which I don't think is right. I feel like you guys already heard me say this. I just feel like if a partner has a boundary, then you probably shouldn't try to cross it. If he says don't get strippers, then I feel like just don't get strippers, you know? Okay, so that's where their segment ends. Now for Sophie and Rob. So Sophie and her mom are talking, and her mom is really concerned for her because she thinks that Rob is just going to destroy her self-esteem and make her go crazy. So her mom says that he has anger issues and that he's just a giant red flag. Then randomly, Rob sends Sophie a message over car saying, "This could be ours." What? Like, that's so random. Honestly, I would have ignored that message so fast. But also, how could it be ours? You got no job, Rob. You got no job. So then Sophie says that all she wants for Rob is for him to apologize, and if he can't take accountability, then she doesn't want to marry him. So they're at a hotel, and Sophie admits that she's having doubts about if the wedding's going to happen or not. Now we see Rob, and he meets up with his friends, and they're talking when Rob brings up about his relationship problems and tells them what happened earlier in the day. Rob is honestly very upset that Sophie didn't back him up and also not defend him. And he's also upset that her mom says that he isn't a man. So then his friends ask him how he's feeling about getting married, and he says that he's a 4 out of 10 of getting married. So then his friends don't think that this marriage will happen, or even worse, if it does happen, Rob will be miserable in the marriage. Honestly, are we sure it's Rob? Because I feel like it's going to be more Sophie that's miserable, not Rob, but okay.
Like, I feel like Sophie has always assumed that we're gonna get married, but I've told her, I have all the way up until I say I do.
Okay, now for Nikki and Justin. So they're going horseback riding and they get into another argument yet again. And this is because Justin doesn't like the way that Nikki's always starting a fight with him. So he then starts going off on her. And I'm thinking, okay, I get why he's mad, but I don't know why he's coming off so aggressive though. Like, I feel like it's not needed this time. Well, in this situation. Then you guys, he says it's because his friend told him to be more masculine. Like, remember in the other episode where he's like, you need to be more like a man? So now he's listening to him, and oh my gosh, are you for real right now? Masculine doesn't mean be an asshole. And you know, I get it. Nikki is crazy. She's mean. She's always yelling at him. She's constantly starting arguments with him. She's always pressuring him for sex. But this time, it wasn't really warranted. Like, I feel like I would support him. I honestly support him now because she kind of deserves it. But I don't fully support him because she was actually trying to like be gentle and be nice. She was like, hey babe, come into bed after that horrible fight we had the other day. Come into bed, let's talk things out, okay? That's how she was acting. And he was just like blowing up at her over it, saying like she was starting like another fight. But that was from the fight that happened yesterday. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's continue. Long story short, the argument in the car was hella confusing. I'm confused. I don't get what's going on. Let's continue. So they finally make it to horseback riding, and then they hug it out so they can have a good day. Justin wants them to retake the picture that they took a couple years ago, and I think that's really cute.
Nice, yes. No, I don't talk with you. I'm talking with horse.
So after they're done, Nikki talks to Justin about the relationship, and long story short, they work it out. Okay, now for Manuel and Ashley. So they're going to Niagara Falls, and Manuel is having a lot of fun. So then Ashley asks him if he's ready to adapt to America, and he says he is, but not with the spending part.
Estando dinero. Pero literalmente. Pero yo quiero que ahorres.
So then he gets frustrated and walks away from her. And oh my gosh, she really needs to stop doing that. It's just annoying. So Ashley says that they need to calm down when money gets brought up. And oh my gosh, look at her shades. The camera people are literally right in front of them. And this I know I can't do like any sort of reality TV because that would just make me so uncomfortable. Yeah, let me just have a whole argument with my man and the camera's just staring at me like this. Back up. honestly back up. So then they sit down and they have a talk about how they will always be there for each other and how they will always support each other, and now all is good after that conversation. So now they're finally going to enjoy Niagara Falls, and Manuel is very, very happy about this trip. But they ended up having a great time and they look so happy. So as she's then taking all these signs and running with it as to why they should get married.
We got a rainbow. There was a double rainbow. There's a rainbow following us. So the water in the face, we're Cancer rising. So we're just thriving in this energy. So let's have a wedding. Vamos a casar.
And honestly, I just want to be as delusional as her. So that's the end of this recap. Let me know some of your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.